Imagine a world where artists only create work they truly believe in, where collectors only collect work that they cannot live without, and where galleries only sell work that they are convinced by, not just because they will sell well. I believe in that world. Some people might call it naive, but I don't. I believe in people and I believe in art. And because of that, that's what I expect. Lately, we've seen many changes in the art world. It's as though it's going through its own renaissance, a restructuring. Bloom & Poe, Bentley Gallery, Daly Gallery, Betty Cunningham Gallery, Marlborough Gallery closing after 80 years. Some of these large galleries have been in business from 30 to 80 years, and now they're closing or restructuring. It's not all doom and gloom. What's happening is a broader shift, higher costs, changing dynamics, and a need for agility. Many galleries are moving away from exclusively representing a fixed roster. They're experimenting, going online, doing pop-ups, or collaborating with different artists depending on the experience that they want to provide for the viewer or the goer. Those are just major gallery closings. There are a lot of smaller galleries who are also either restructuring or going out of business. And surprisingly, through all of this, the collector base is actually growing. More and more people every day want to live with art, especially art by artists of their generation. And the constant thread through all of this is that people have always loved art. It's something innate, a deeply human experience. Here's a truth that I've come to believe in. Art as a pure financial investment is a doomed concept, because what gives art lasting value has nothing to do with flipping it for profit. Sure, even today's art will increase in value, but that is not why collectors collect work today, majority of the time. Today, when somebody collects work, is a lot more personal. It's about what that painting means to them. It becomes a waypoint, a mirror, a reminder, a need, not a want. It speaks to a deeper need to be understood, to be seen, to reflect something that they themselves might not recognize. But when they see a piece that they connect with on a visceral level, that is where the need to live with this piece comes in. Imagine creating something that speaks so deeply to a complete stranger, something they must live with. That's the power of art, and that's the power of belief. Because almost anything can be art, as long as it's created with belief, with a certain level of conviction, with curiosity, obsession, or a fascination with a subject or a concept and an idea. And that's where authenticity in work is present. And those who connect with it can't help but to connect on a deep level. When that authenticity is present, you can feel it. But here's what I see a lot of the time. Artists worrying about the opinion of others. What people think about their art, what people think about them. But opinions are just interpretations, filtered through their own life experience. Even educated opinions are limited, because you can't criticize a direction without knowing the destination of where this artist is going. And no one, not a single person, knows your destination better than you, the artist. They don't know your motive, your inner compass, or the nuances behind your choices and your own lived experience as an artist. So why give their opinions so much power? I have two siblings who live nearby who have never come to a local exhibition of mine, and I have had many. And another sibling who hasn't missed a single one. And this is just to say that even your family members oftentimes will not connect with what you want to say in your work. And that's okay. That means the more you have this divide in those who understand or connect with your work than those who don't, the more you know authenticity is present in your work. And to me, that in itself is a certain win. Lao Tzu once said, "One who believes in himself has no need to convince others." Fear is an effective short-term motivator, but it's a terrible long-term strategy. And we're taught to weaponize fear against ourselves. But in my opinion, what today's artists really need is accountability. To show up for ourselves, to focus what we can control, to be at our best, especially when things aren't going well, because there's no need to waste your energy or your time thinking about the things you cannot control, and put it into what you can. Every great thing that has ever happened to me in my life came from my intuition. And those things that I have gone astray are those where I made decisions based on fear of not having enough, being enough, fear of how others will perceive me. And the moment I shifted my understanding, it completely changed my artistic practice. And the funny thing happened was more and more people started connecting with my work on a deeper level because they sense that authenticity. In my opinion, it's the ego that wants it to be perfect. It doesn't care about authenticity or truths. It just cares about image. The soul, on the other hand, wants to be real, even if it means being misunderstood. Ego is about how you look, and soul is about how you express. And ego is not to be demonized. Ego will always be there. This is part of our human experience. But when it comes to making art, the more you create without fear, with true, vulnerable authenticity, everything else fades into the background. So in this ever-changing world, I will leave you with this Chinese proverb. A fool prays for an easier road. A wise man prays for stronger legs. In our society today, where we are conditioned for division, which again is based on fear. And in the art world, this compartmentalizing, I'm an artist that does this and this and this, which means I can't also do this and this and this. We are so conditioned to have these buckets that we put ourselves into in order for us to be accepted by the outside art world. And in my opinion, as long as you stay truly authentic to yourself and your creation and follow your curiosity of what you want to express, what you want to say, then you will become unstoppable as an artist because no one can convince you otherwise. So I hope this video gives you a little hope as a creative in whatever field, because that is what's needed today. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.